This example is going to be of some golden fur that's a little bit wavy, kind of curly looking. I think it's from a golden retriever. When I'm creating fur, I really try and look for all those hidden colors and really accentuate them. In this golden fur, there's quite a lot of deep red, so I make sure to add that in those shadows instead of just using black for the shadows or dark brown instead. And this swatch of fur isn't the same color everywhere. Even in the shadows, it's different in different areas. And these are the things that you really need to pay attention to from your reference photo. In the base layers, I always make sure to choose more vivid colors, and it can look kind of weird to start with, but when you blend it out and you continue to lay more muted colors on top, that base layer shows through slightly and it gives it a bit more depth than if you were to just go straight in with the one color that it looks like on the surface. When you're working with curly fur or fur that's kind of wavy, it can be a little bit hard to work out where those curls are going. So when I do my base layers, I try and just block in the general area that dark bit is in or the light bit. And then when I go back on top with my pastel pencils and the details, that's when I start to refine that shape. And it doesn't have to be exact to the reference photo, but I try and make it as close as possible. You've really just got to think of fur as more clumps and clusters rather than individual pieces of fur. If you start trying to draw every strand of fur or hair, it's going to look really wiry and unrealistic. But I do always include a few little flyaway hairs just to make it look a little bit more realistic.